I failed my first interview, and the first interview I failed made me realize that I wasn't prepared so well for the job. Hello everyone, welcome to Richie's Inside. Drum roll. Okay, welcome back, people. First thing, before I go to the topic, make sure you actually watch this till the end because you are going to be learning a whole lot from today's topic. If you are yet to subscribe to my YouTube channel, please endeavor to subscribe and click on the notification bell to get notified when next I upload my next episode. Then, if you are here to share to your family and friends, you never can tell who you are actually helping. Please, what are you waiting for? Please do that right now. Share to your family and friends. Today's topic, we're going to be talking about how I landed my first ever job at the age of, how old was I? Who can guess? At the age of 23. I was actually 23 when I got my first ever job. To start with, what you are going to be learning from this episode is how you can actually reshape your career from whichever job you're actually doing presently. I landed my first ever job. That was back then in 2017. My uncle then was working in First Bank. So my first ever job was actually First Bank, Long Page Financials. I failed my first interview, and the first interview I failed made me realize that I wasn't prepared so well for the job. I learned from the first failure. What made me fail was the fact that I don't know how to use Microsoft Excel. Gosh. That's why I had laptop all through my university days. I don't use my laptop to actually learn all these Microsoft skills. Instead, I use it to watch Korean movies. Who knows boys in flower? That's what we normally use a laptop to watch. Anyway, so when I failed my first interview, I actually got the job offer through my uncle that is working in First Bank. So he told my twin sister about the opening, and my twin sister decided that okay, I should actually take it up. Then I went for the interview. Going for the interview, the Microsoft Excel was my major challenge. Then going back home, I waited for okay, let me get answer to whatever the interview, but I did not get any response at all. And I told my uncle about it. Then, fortunately, I had another opportunity to go for another interview. But then this time, I was fully prepared. You know why? One thing about interview, lesson learned is that when you are going for an interview, read about the particular company you want to, work in. Then another thing also is that when you know that you're actually aspiring to work in a financial organization, let me tell you something, there is no how. You will have something to do with Microsoft, no matter what. It's not even financial institution. Generally, you should have a Microsoft skill, either Microsoft Word, either Microsoft that's PowerPoint presentation, or Microsoft Excel. There is no how as a graduate. Of course, you should learn how to use any of those tools. Also, my second interview, one thing your employer wants to see is your confidence, but the confidence must be with the right answer, because some people might just lie. They check out body language to see if you are really confident about what you are saying or you really know what you are talking about. So then my second interview, I was posted to Unilag, friends working in Lag, to actually go and go for my interview. I went there and then I was interviewed I can't forget my Edbrand services. That's HBS Irene. She interviewed me, and yes, I actually performed well because of I was fully prepared. I had to go back to my drawing board, check out YouTube videos on how to pass an interview and all that, and that was how I was called the next 2 weeks. Okay, so my initial impression about the job and what I expect. Initially, I did not even think of working in a financial institution because I'm kind of spontaneous. I don't like to stay in one place. Before I joined First Bank I joined First Bank October 2017. I finished my NYSC, that's May 2017. But then I was actually running an organization that's called Prism. And then Prism is actually an organization to enhance youth capacity towards the work world and business world. So back then, when my uncle called me for the job, I just felt like, okay, let me take this opportunity. Then, so my impression was not even to work as long as almost 5 years. I spent almost 5 years in First Bank. Okay, so my expectation, because it's my first time job, so I wasn't really expecting something much. I was only working for experience. I wasn't working for the money. So this is where people get it all wrong. When you land your first job, the first thing you should look out for is experience, gaining experience, not working for the money. Some people, it's their first job and then they'll be trying to look for a job of 500,000. You don't have experience. How do you want them to pay you that huge amount of money? So I don't have any expectation on the job. What I just want to do is to grow on the job. And honestly speaking, I learned so much on that job. Okay, the challenges I faced and how I overcome them, God. Okay, firstly was the fact that at some point, I'll talk about fashion sense. That was my first challenge when I started working with First Bank. As at then, I actually don't know. Of course, each company have their own dress code, and back then I don't know how to dress in a corporate environment. I'll tell you for a fact that my dress sense today, I'm going to give it to First Bank. Honestly, I was really trained, and all thanks to all my supervisors that I worked with, my managers. I can't forget my Edbrand service. She might actually see this. That's HBS Irene. God, I think that should be my first challenge. The HBS Irene actually, I'll put it this way. My first encounter with her was when she sent me back home to go and dress properly. Why? Because I was wearing a red shoe, and I never knew that red shoe is not allowed in First Bank, and that's why she sent me home. I thought she just ate me for no reason, and I felt bad. I cried. Yes, I cried. One thing you should understand is that when your supervisor are trying to teach you or train you, just know that it's for your own good. Don't take it personal because it is just on the job. So I realized that, okay, this is what she's trying to train me on. We later became so close that I can remember one thing she said. She told me that, Rachel, if I become Minister of Finance today, you will be my PA. And that's what she said, because I made sure that I still got close to her despite all the training in the hard way, training me with stick and not with carrots. Then she sent me home the second time. I wore chinos trouser to work, which is not allowed. So with all that, I was able to adjust to the perfect dress sense of a corporate organization. So that's my number one challenge working in First Bank. And I know that so many other people will actually have, of course, a challenge working in wherever their various companies. But one thing you should learn is that whatever situation, whatever organization you find yourself, learn how to understand when your supervisor is actually training you, it's for your own good and your career growth.